Bob Marley, One Love is finally out. Is it any good? Let's find out right now.
One love, one art, one destiny.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. As I said in the intro, today I'll be reviewing Bob Marley, One Love, the new Bob Marley biopic, the newest biopic, as we have a lot of biopics in the last few years. Before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 600 subscribers. I'm going to read you guys a quick plot synopsis, just so you know what the movie is about. Jamaican singer-songwriter Bob Marley overcomes adversity to become the first famous reggae musician in the world. Alright, and talking about Bob Marley for just a little bit, I want to say that, going into this film, I'm not the biggest Bob Marley fan. I know some of his songs, just the main popular music of his, but I don't really listen to him, on the regular. If it's on the radio, I'll listen to it because it's good. But I still like the trailer for this movie, especially the first trailer. The first trailer was very strong. Second trailer was all right. But I still want to go see this movie just because I like the trailers. So I went in with open expectations, not knowing what this movie was actually going to be about. And I went into the movie, it started, and a terrible theater experience with this one also. Some people just brought their kids to this movie and they were just on their iPad. I don't know what was going on with that, but I went into the movie and open expectations, as I said, and supposedly it's not really an origin story. It's kind of just showing like the middle of his life to like kind of like the end of his life with the his toe injury and all that cancer that spread in his toe and all that. So I didn't know we were going to delve into that, and I kind of did like what we delved into, but I don't think they delved into it enough for me to really get connected to Bob Marley and what he was going through. And that makes me say, and it's sad to say this, but it just felt like another kind of biopic that was just kind of lazy for me, because we've been getting so many biopics lately, especially last year. I think last year we had like 6 different biopics. It's just crazy how many we're getting, and then we're getting a Michael Jackson one next year. Hopefully that one's better than this one. And it didn't really do anything for me, as I said. And I will say it might do something more for you, and you might like it a lot more than me if you're a big Bob Marley fan. Because as I said in the beginning, I'm not the biggest Bob Marley fan. I don't really keep up with any of that. I don't listen to any in the music like a lot. So if you do like Bob Marley a lot, you'll probably like this a little bit more than me. But I just felt like I felt like it was missing a lot of stuff to make it a really enjoyable movie. I do know it deals with a lot of tough subjects about his death and all that, about his cancer, but I wish it was just a little bit more upbeat. But it is dealing with some very tough subjects and how everything that he's going through in this movie. But I will say some of the stuff I did like were of course the musical elements, of course the songs, and the concert scenes were actually pretty good. But there's not enough of them to save the movie, in my opinion. Because you remember Elvis from Baz Luhrmann, there were a lot of concert scenes, a lot of musical scenes in that really helped me love that movie as much as I do. And this one has a couple concert scenes, but there weren't enough of them to keep me entertained and keep me really locked in for this whole entire. I think it's almost 2 hour runtime. So I wish there were more of that and more of the musical scenes, because it's kind of all in the background. All the music's kind of in the background. You do get to see him recording in the studio a little bit, to see a little bit of concert scenes, but not enough for me to really get fully locked in, as I said. And I actually thought the movie was pretty slow and boring for the most part. And I don't really want to sound rude with saying that, because I think his son was involved in making this. But as I said, it might be because I don't have a connection to Bob Marley or the culture surrounding the movie. But I wasn't, half of the runtime, I wasn't entertained, and I just thought that it was going pretty slow and discussing stuff that I didn't really care about. And I was just really there for the music and just, the cast, because the cast did a great job, especially our 2 leads here, which are the ones I do want to talk about. And I also want to say I thought the direction of the movie looked pretty good, because the movie did feel like the filmmaking on the movie was actually pretty great. It was just the pacing and the script that I didn't really care for. And the director also was the one who made King Richard, so he's doing pretty good, I would say. And but I do like King Richard a lot more than this one. But our cast here, Kingsley Ben-Adir as Bob Marley, thought he stood out a lot. He was just terrific in this. He really embodied the role of Bob Marley, turned into him. But a lot of people are saying he's probably the front runner for the Oscar right now. But he probably is, because there's not a lot coming out. But by the time the year's over, he's not going to be the front runner, because his movie is not strong enough. Because a lot of people I've been seeing, they think the movie's also not that strong. But his performance is really good. If they didn't have him and you had someone worse in the movie, then I think the movie would have been a lot worse. And Lashana Lynch as his wife, Rita Marley, I thought she was pretty good. She has a more of a quieter character. Her character's more quiet, but I did like them together, them talking to each other. But I thought Kingsley Ben-Adir was cast great in this. Kingsley Ben-Adir is kind of going through like his weird phase, because he was in Secret Invasion as Gravik, which was a horrible character. his performance was okay in that. Then he was a Ken in Barbie. I thought he was hilarious in that. And then he's in another serious role with this and Bob Marley. So I'm excited to see what he does next. If he goes back to a silly role, does another serious role, but I really feel like he turned into Bob Marley for this role. Looks kind of like him, and I thought he did a great job with the singing. I'm not actually sure. I need to look this up. I'm not sure if he did any of the singing or it's just the recording of Bob Marley, like a remaster and all that. He's just lip singing. But I really liked him and Lashana Lynch's performance here. So overall, Bob Marley, One Love. It disappointed me a little bit, but it's not a bad movie overall. It just fell flat, and it felt like every other, biopic that didn't really do anything for me. It was pretty slow at times. The musical scenes and the concert scenes, did a little bit for me. I thought they were very fun, but overall the movie didn't hit those great levels that I wanted to. So I'm gonna give Bob Marley, One Love a 5.5 out of 10. And as I said, if you're a big Bob Marley fan, I think you'll like it a little bit more than me. So I will say, give it a chance. It's probably the best movie coming out this weekend. So yeah, Bob Marley, One Love didn't hit all the didn't hit all the boxes for me. But if you're a big Bob Marley fan, I think you'll find a little bit to like about it. But let me know down in the comments, did you see Bob Marley, One Love? If so, what did you think about it? Did you enjoy my review? Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 600 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.